this next round, Purple Tanooki versus Deli Bird. Or maybe have an angel gracing us and saving us from the boredom of no commentary games. And it'll Town and City be the first pick against these two very seasoned laboratory fighters. So, just a little bit of, like, personal, reference here. As a Luigi, it is very hard to, read, DDD in the air. Just the fact that the jump comes out, like, so immediately and without any downward momentum after activating the jump, it, like, cancels the downward momentum. It is very hard to read when he's going to use it and, just to get in any sort of attacks, even though Luigi's frame data is just insane. It just cannot predict when he'll do it. But Tanooki doing a great job so far pressuring DDD's slower movements, and Luigi just excels on bigger characters. They are just huge grab combo fodder. Especially if those down smashes that we saw in low tiers going to leave Deli Bird vulnerable. And another thing, I realized that like some people might have a little harder time. Very nice up smash from Purple Tanooki getting that stock. A lot of people might have a hard time finding out when the Gordos are coming out. But as Luigi, I find it so easy to just throw out a fireball and counteract the Gordo. It looks like I'm predicting it, but at the same time, whenever a person gets launched, I throw out a fireball just to try and space them where I want them to go. And that usually cuts off their Gordo option if they try to use it right away. And most DDDs do that. So it's a great countermeasure for just cutting off the Gordo option for landing back on stage. But DDD chalking up that rage a little bit more. He did have, what, like I want to say 115, 120 or so before he lost it. And even with only just a little bit less, he is keeping Tanooki off of this side here. And getting the full dash attack in, and that little stall out just makes it all the more... off! Speaking of crushing blows, the dash attack is good, but there ain't no comparison for the fire jump punch takeout. Yeah, there ain't... That is just the ultimate backhand to any sort of ego inflation going on. Going straight into round two, and Deli Bird hopping off DDD to hop on the Corrin. Corrin has better neutral lockdown, so this will be a lot easier for Deli Bird. Not a bigger character, so again, a downside for Tanooki, even though he'll still find good combos at that 0 to 50 range, really. But anything other than that, I can see counters coming into play. Potentially, even though Deli doesn't use it a lot, he has a... And that's not to say him not using the counter is a bad thing, but he's just so well practiced with his character besides that. He knows the character's movements, and just really agile and keeping up in the neutral gameplay, even though launching up into the air. He knows his movement and his placement really well, so... Great job using the jump to avoid the flush potential and getting the very tip of that Minato beating range of that forward smash. I'm still mad about that. It beats the Minato in range. I am just so salty. But Deli taking that first stock very nicely. But at 97 on Battlefield, you might be living a little bit earlier in terms of an up smash. But around this, yeah, now he's got to be careful. Up B gonna leave him vulnerable to it, and just as I say it, so shall it be said, so shall it happen. Great re-grab, tacking on already 40 damage in that string alone. Tries to get a pivot grab to get even more damage in. Again, we're on last stock, so they'll play a little more reserved, even though Deli does have to rush down a little bit and get that damage that he needs here. Good avoidance, but great drop on Tanooki of the not mashing the down B to avoid the counter hit. Because that would have sent him very far in the skies, and for Luigi to land against the Corrin is somewhat difficult. Able to avoid the forward smash that time. I like how Deli's using the Lance Pierce hop and the turnaround twirl. Wow, that was so clutch! That saved his life there. Just the fact that the Lance Pierce automatically moves Corrin so rapidly if you connect with a platform. Going in too low, trying to avoid the flush, and whether you get hit and you get sent down, and such as the I don't want to say limited, I guess limited range of anything, because Corrin's up B is still nice because it has the hitbox up at the top, but it'll still get knocked out by the flush. So he was right to go that low to avoid it, or he was at